We are being pirates today. And the way you play Sapphic Slumber Party is you are flirting with your friends with consent, and we have set our boundaries, and it's going to be really cute. We usually play fairly wholesome on this channel, but it gets a bit chaotic, and it's fun for everyone, I think, and I hope. The way you win is you get 6 points. First person to 6 points wins. But really, the winners are all of us for dressing up like pirates and being together. Right, so I'm going to take you through the little intro now, and I need to stop smiling while I am getting this ready. The sun is starting to set and is casting purple, orange, and pink light over the ocean, with the night sky and stars starting to peek through the clouds. The salty smell of the sea lingers in the air, and gentle waves crash against a great notorious pirate ship called the Shirley, our seafaring vessel, as it makes its way to the next destination to find the lost treasure of John Bon Beardsome Cannon Polisher. The crew are finishing their last pirate tasks and getting ready for dinner. And the coxswain is preparing for a long night of keeping the ship on course. First, we'll meet our navigator, who is giving the coxswain the coordinates to follow. Neve, please introduce yourself and describe your character.
Hi everyone, I'm Girl Sweeps Gold Forest. I'm the navigator for the Shirley. Longer title, previously stated. I come from a long line of navigators. In fact, when I was hired for this job on this here ship, the line stretched all the way from the port to the starboard side. That's the long line that I came from. I dream of pastures new a little bit, but I do love that this job lets me stare into the stars because they're so beautiful and dazzling. And it does get lonely here, even though I'm surrounded by some, I don't say, fetching maidens, pirates. But this lovely being, my shoulder friend, Googles, the parrot, keeps me company, and also on many occasions actually tells me how to do my job, because it's difficult reading all those nautical charts and looking at the stars and, I don't know, trying to use one of those eyeglass things. I can never remember which end's which, to be honest, but Google's always keeps me right. But that's me, your friendly ship neighborhood navigator, Girl Sweeps Gold Forest, here to make sure that we get to the next destination, hopefully, and maybe.
Amazing. I'm glad that we have Googles with us, helping us navigate to where we need to be. But next we have our bilge rat. What would her last tasks be before heading up to dinner? Sloth, could you please just introduce yourself and describe your character?
Yeah, my name's Crustacia. I'm the bilge rat. My name is Crustacia Mermaid Swoon, and her motto is part of the ship, part of the crew. That is because she has been cursed to this ship, the Shirley, for many years. She just shows up where she wants to because she is literally imbued with the ship. She can absorb into the walls and just show up where she needs to be needed. So some people don't even know she's on the ship. Things just get fixed and they're like, oh, okay. But really it is the curse of Crustacia Mermaid Swoon. So Crustacia's just finishing up, just topping off the barrels with some fresh grog. And she seems that has a sense that dinner will be ready soon, so she just simply closes her eyes and absorbs into the ship wherever she will be needed because she needs sustenance for topping off those grogs.
Amazing Slut. Thank you. I love that you're basically bootstrap, and I also love that Carl said, "In the ship, we all build rats." All right. Then we have our cook. What are you prepping for today? What's dinner gonna be? What does your kitchen look like? And Wethels, please introduce yourself and describe your character.
Okay. Hi, my name is Wethels, if you don't know me. Or Weathers, or Weather, or Weather, whichever you'd prefer. My character's name is Mayberry Moonshine, and she's just like a quiet, shy, sweet, demure little cook in the bowels of the ship. She's got one little tiny porthole-sized window from which she hangs herbs, and that's the only natural light in her little cave at the bottom of the ship, or inside the ship. And it's small. The cabinets are bursting at the seams. It always smells like some combination of herbs and tea. You could probably get tea any time of day. But for dinner, I imagine her serving some sort of like leftover stew from the scraps that you would find in your kitchen, and somehow your mom is able to make taste like magic.
Amazing. I can't wait for dinner. But next in the hold. Next in the hold.
I'm not ready.
Next in the hold, with crates and barrels full of the crew's necessities, the smell of the delicious dinner draws one person out from a corner. I'm playing Elizabeth Duck, a stowaway aboard the Shirley. She looks a bit out of place as her clothes are too clean, but her face looks as though she's been in the sun for ages. She may have just put on a ton of makeup to blend in with the crew. She is seeking adventure and is tired of living a sheltered life in a giant manor house where everyone waits on her every minute of the day. She just wants to be like the common people of the world, who have to earn their living as opposed to using her privilege to help others. She's gonna start from the bottom. She just pouts as she's walking around. She's walking her way through and hopefully looks the same as everyone else. Right, shall we get started? So how this is gonna work is, I believe, does anyone remember how this starts? So I'm pretty sure that the first person compliments someone on the ship. Maybe because we're all in different spots, we describe how we find someone on the ship before we head to dinner or something. So Neve, you choose someone. You could be in the kitchen, you could spot Crustacea, you could find me, you could be helping in the kitchen, whatever you want to do. And then I believe we compliment everyone as we're gathering for dinner. What is happening?
It's a hidden objects game, and the object is Crustacea.
Look for the blinking. Look for the blinking.
Can you find the Crustacea?
Yeah, I think I will play a compliment to Crustacea though, because these nautical charts, they're so difficult. They're so difficult, everyone. They're so difficult, and I kind of zoned out, and then I just hear something from my shoulder, and it says, "Over there," and I see over there someone scrambling, blending in with all of the ship's beautiful colours of wood brown and other browns and moss and other ship-like colours, but something beautiful there, something beautiful and competent, and that's Crustacea. And I walk up and I say, "You seem really good at your job." What's that like?
My back cracked.
My sword just fell down.
Oh. Well, thanks. I just
Already crying.
I just go where I'm needed. I just I'm part of the ship, part of the crew. That's what I always say. And I go where the ship needs me, and you seem to go elsewhere.
Thank you. That's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh.
So then I think Crustacea would find someone else, either me or Wethels, to compliment. You can describe how you get there and how you find whoever it is.
Okay,
and then compliment
them. Crustacea will then just kind of mold back into the walls. Just kind of, and will find herself in the kitchen because she happened to smell all the scents, the beautiful scents and sensories that are coming out of the kitchen, and she will meet up with Mayberry and just kind of, not really stand there in the corner watching, but I think maybe just kind of, I think she does make a sound when she comes in. It's not very, because the ship is very kind of soggy in a way, so there is a sound.
We're sailing on a soggy ship?
Well, yeah, it's full of water, and it's the kitchen, and, the steam. And it's just kind of, that's her presence, and she's just like, oh, this nice smells call to me here. Mayberry, what are you cooking up this fine evening? It smells so good.
I imagine Mayberry would be like somewhat terrified every time you entered and left a room that way. like terrified in the way of like confusion, but also fascination, because you're so different from everybody else on the ship. And I imagine like Mayberry a la Strigonona, like over the pot with a wooden spoon, like wafting the fragrant air closer to her face, and she'll sort of like waft some in your direction. It's a surprise and I wouldn't want to ruin it, but here you can have a little tease.
Well, thank you so much. I can't wait for it to fill me with sustenance from working on this ship all day, because I just know it's just going to be great. You always make such great meals to, fill our bellies, and I'm just, and I can smell these walls. They're like imbued with the sense of every meal that you make. So it's just great to have you every day on this ship for that.
You can't tell if she's blushing or her face is red from being in a hot kitchen, but she smiles graciously at you and offers to let you stay in the kitchen a little while longer if you'd like.
Thank you. I think I will.
So I think while you're sitting in the kitchen and while I believe Girl Sweep is making their way to the kitchen, that leaves Wethels. You're gonna find Elizabeth. Okay. So I think just to save you, because you don't know she's here, she's somehow made her way into the pantry. So you can describe how that pans out, or you can describe a different way you find her.
I guess I would my my image of Elizabeth is that she is living a certain lifestyle standard on the ship that she is not accustomed to, and so she's hungry and not really willing to wait to eat with the rest of the crew or to do as they normally do. So she's hungry and she's foraging for a snack, and I arrive with her like rummaging through the dried fruits and nuts that we have, of which there are probably few, so she might be a little upset with Elizabeth.
Oops. You have to compliment me, don't forget.
I must say, Elizabeth, I know it's hard to wait for dinner, and you do look so sweet in your nightshirt, even though it's early evening. Your shoulders look so healthy. I suppose you can have a little fruit.
Thank you so much. I'm absolutely ravenous, and you're delicious. You're delicious. Your dinner smells delicious. Yes, I'll go wait at the table with the others. Thank you, Mayberry. Your apron is delightful. And she's going to find I think where is Girl Sleep at this time?
I'm making my way to the kitchen because I'm bored with the nautical charts and I smell food.
Okay, so let's decide this together. Is there a dining hall where we go, or do we all just gather in the kitchen? This tiny kitchen.
Imagine that there's some kind of like dining space.
Okay. So
with, like a shared, so a bunch of people would sit around it, but
okay. So then let's say that as Girl Sleep is walking to the kitchen, Elizabeth is walking out and you bump into each other. And Elizabeth looks deep into Girl Sleep's eyes and says, I can't. Okay. Your eyes, they shine like the sky's twilight. And the way you bring us to different locations every day is just what I could hope for in somebody who helps us find treasure. Just like you are a treasure. And she looks over at Googles and says, Squawk.
You know, I think that's the best thing that anyone's ever said to me. You said my eyes were like twilight, and I look at the stars all day, and honestly, that's the best part of the job. Apart from getting to spend it with my best mate here. Come on. This, frankly ravishing young woman who is not really dressed for ship life, said something to you. Googles, come on. And Googles looks up Elizabeth and says, Squawk!
Googles, you always know just what to say. And she goes back to pouting. So, would anyone like to describe this dining hall that we all meet in? Petting his eyeballs! Sorry. This is why I don't read the chat. Okay. Would anyone like to describe what the dining hall looks like? Or Weathles, it could be you as well?
yeah, sure. So I imagine it's wood brown and other browns. A long table with 2 benches on opposite sides, maybe a couple of shelves, and like a kind of sad-looking decorative plant, but otherwise it's pretty Spartan.
Okay. And I imagine that we're all sitting at this table together as Mayberry.
As like a quad, you know, like 2 on one side, 2 on the other. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess what we're going to do now is we're going to ask our wonderful navigator to roll a d6. And what's going to happen here is I'm just going to read this for everyone in the chat to understand. So we're supposed to be having a pillow fight, but that can change into anything. The last time we did this, we were just falling all over the place. And it was really fun. So having the pillow fight, decide who starts the pillow fight. That's going to be our navigator, girl sweep. That player goes first. If you can't decide, the oldest player goes first. Proceed clockwise. We're going to go across the board. On your turn, choose your target and roll a d6. Narrate the outcome of the attack based on the results, and feel free to ask other players for ideas. But we are prepared because we made a table, and everyone contributed some ideas. But of course, we can also do that on the fly. We don't have to refer to whatever's in the table. On a 1 or 2, it's a swing and a miss, and they nail you in return. You gain 1 vulnerability. On a 3 or 4, you get close and engage, obviously giving them your full attention. You gain 1 vulnerability, and they gain 1 vulnerability. On a 5 or 6, you get the drop on them, and you can get away with whatever you want. Choose. You gain 1 vulnerability, and they gain 2 at once. Or they gain 1 vulnerability. So I'm also going to read what happens when you gain 1. Whenever you gain a vulnerability, describe what happens as your character becomes more joyful, leaving their cares and inhibitions behind. You could laugh, blush, run short of breath, squeal, or stare at someone beautiful, i.e. any other character. You could say something revealing or share a glance and realize the other person knows what you're thinking. Your new vulnerability might also reflect in your appearance. Your hair could come loose. A button could pop open. We've got stuff that we're going to do instead of be naked. If you gain 2 vulnerability at once, either describe 2 signs of your new vulnerability or just really sell it. If 2 characters gain vulnerability at once, take turns. When the character or characters get their 6th vulnerability, it's time for the pillow fight to end. And then describe what happens as you gain your final vulnerability, then end the pillow fight. So when we get there, when one of us gets 6, then we'll read the next part of the game. So take it away, girl sweep.
Cool. Let me get my rolling contraption out.
More revealing shoulders. I should have started with no shoulders and then reveal shoulder by shoulder.
You should have had a shoulder redemption.
Oh my gosh, I should have. Let's just change the hydrate. Just not the hydrate one. I'm just kidding.
Saucy Victorian shoulder.
You have to do both drink water and reveal shoulder. I rolled a 4.
Okay. So that means that you get close and engage, and you choose somebody that's your target, and you describe what's happening. So we're at dinner, sitting down.
Yeah.
Across from whoever.
Yeah, so based on that beautiful compliment that Elizabeth just gave me, I will target Elizabeth. It seems weird to use target.
Yeah. Choose. That's a word we can use. Yeah, choose is a good one.
And in terms of the vulnerability that I gain, I want to make conversation with this very new person who I've just noticed since they paid me a compliment. So I rush over to the other end of the table, and when no one's noticing, I take their loaf of bread, because there's a couple of loaves of bread out for the entire ship, and I just grab that, thinking that no one notices, but everyone has, but no one really cares. And then I put it in between us and say, Elizabeth, half of this loaf of bread could be yours if you want. And then I don't wait to hear an answer. And I take out my sword because I'm really capable, and I just start sawing, but it's not a bread knife. So it just starts crumbling it up and squashing it.
I always like my bread to be crumbly. And she picks up a piece. She picks up the crumbs and eats them like politely, but you see that she starts to just eat the bread a bit quicker. And she looks at this sword and she notices her reflection in it, and she's just like, oh dear, it seems that the sun has kissed my face. I can't believe this has happened. I can't believe I look just like one of, I mean, I am part of the crew, yes. She's just trying to convince you that she belongs here and that she's not wearing makeup.
So beautiful. And then Girl Sweep also just like starts licking the crumbs off the sword.
Hair behind her own ear. Right, so we both get a point. Amazing. What is happening? So
I started tracking them.
yay! Thanks,
Thank
Wuzzles.
you.
Yeah.
Next we have Crustacea.
So Crustacea is.
You gotta roll. I roll first, or just say who you're gonna choose, I guess.
Okay. Crustacea will have eyes for Mayberry. And she's setting up food aplenty at the table for us. I rolled a 3. So I will just sorry.
I know you can't hear what I'm hearing.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'll just so Crustacea will just kind of like mess with their sleeves. Mess with their sleeves, and out will pop like a very shiny, beautiful piece of like coral cut in half, and and she'll present it to Mayberry like, yeah, I know you don't, this has been in my family for generations, and I keep it in my sleeve, kind of like how people on land keep their heart on their sleeve, and I have my coral in my sleeve. And I'm just like to show you, I don't really share with people a lot, but
Wow, this is so beautiful and special. Just like somebody else I know, and then she'll sort of reach in and just like gently touch your cheek.
Oh. Which cheek?
Whichever one is closest.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was like, her butt or her face? I'm pretty sure her face is closer.
I hope so. Unless the molding out of the walls happens in a different way than I was imagining.
I meant the starfish cheek or the
I knew what you meant.
Some people are afraid of touching that side of my face, and part of the ship, part of the crew, like I always say, and just some people are just afraid of that side because I am becoming more of the ship every day.
It's the side that makes you so special and unique, just like this coral.
That's true.
And then she'll just
really sweet.
spoon feed you some soup, and then that's it.
Oh, it's so moist.
So moist. Okay.
Oh, my cheeks
All right.
hurt.
Everybody's got a point.
Mayberry, it's your turn.
Great. I guess we'll just go with the same order that we chose for the first round. I got a 2.
Okay.
So it's swing and a miss. They nail you in return. You gain 1 vulnerability. I fed Crustacea some soup. It's entirely wholesome. And not at all weird. It's fine. Okay. I would say that Mayberry, noticing that Crustacea took so well to being fed soup, that maybe she might try that again and get closer to Elizabeth and try to spoon feed her some soup. But it doesn't go well, and I
You hit her
figure,
teeth.
Elizabeth, you tell me how it doesn't go well.
Right. So, as Elizabeth is just sitting there waiting to be fed, so she's like pouting with her teeth, very present. So as Mayberry brings the spoon over, Mayberry like shoves the spoon in her mouth, but Elizabeth can't open her mouth in time that she chips one of her teeth. So you just hear metal clanging and going like in her mouth, and she goes, oh dear. And she coughs, and a piece of her tooth hits you in the cheek.
What?
Wait, what was you cutting out?
Wow.
That's your vulnerability. You get a little bit of my tooth chomping into your face. Oh no.
All she has to say about it is, oh no.
Oh no. I'm gonna be Jennifer Coach. Oh no. No, I can't do it. Oh dear. I'll be sure to see the dentist when we get ashore. Don't look at
I
me.
guess Mayberry will also give her tooth shard back.
You don't want to keep it?
I think she'd feel too guilty.
Okay. So fine. Then I will roll now since it's my turn.
Yeah.
Okay, ready, get set, go. I got a 6. So on a 5 or 6, you get the drop on them and you get away with whatever you want. Choose. Okay, so Elizabeth gets up and noticed and overheard that Crustacea was saying that parts of her body are becoming more like the ship. So she thinks, hey, maybe if Crustacea can... She walks up and says to Crustacea, hello,
Oh god.
I noticed that you said that you were becoming a part of the ship, and I wondered maybe you could teach me how to squelch into the walls, and maybe my tooth will be fixed. And as she says fixed, there's like a whistle coming through her teeth. So Elizabeth wants you to, will you please go against the wall with me and see if we can get me into this wall. And also, that starfish is just so stunning.
Thanks. It's only half grown on my face, so I have yet to give it a name yet. But I think with the right, growth cycle, it'll form into a nice, lovely starfish one day that I can call mine. But yeah, if you wanna just, we can only try and see what happens. I mean, I'm the one with the curse, but I'd be more than willing to, help you.
I guess anything can happen if we try hard enough, right? I could be cursed if I want to be. So I want everyone to know that Elizabeth is barefoot in this soggy ship and is walking against the wall onto the squelchiness. And that made me feel sick as I said it. I just need people to know that I want to throw up. So, okay, I guess walk me through what it's like when we both go against the wall.
I mean, yeah, it's it's like breathing, at this point. So I just have to. I think you have to be in the wall, and I think I have to be have to be in front of you, so that way the wall will mold into us.
Whatever will fix my tooth. Let's go for it.
I mean, you can always try. Yeah, regenerative abilities is always a thing with this curse.
Okay.
So we just have to, take a deep breath and close your eyes. And I imagine. Well.
What?
Is it working?
And Elizabeth is gonna go, like, whistle or like say something. And she'll just be like, "Let's see." And as she says, "Let's see," it's like, "Let's see." And she's still, no, I guess it doesn't work. And then she goes and sits back down. And I'm going to
First.
maybe next time. And then I will give you the vulnerability.
Me?
Yes, you'll take it.
Okay,
You get an extra point.
And that means
You just get an extra point.
Oh.
Yeah. Rachel, the fact that she's considering it next time based on how well that went. Okay. Great. So next up will be a girl sweep.
No. I had rolled a 3. I am going to target Mabry. Choose. And the reason is, I paid a compliment to Crustacea, but they seem to have disappeared into the ship walls again. And Elizabeth, that lovely lady in the nightgown, is also hanging around the walls and getting more damp as we speak. So, and also had some tooth thing. So, I'll leave her to deal with that. But I sit next to Mabry, if we weren't already sitting next to each other. And I just take a deep look into Mabry's eyes and I say, "You seem really good at this soup making. It must have taken you a really long time to learn how to make soup like this. I was thinking that maybe I could show you what I do as good as you make soup. Maybe we could go up on the deck and maybe take a look at some of the stars." And then I kind of think for a couple of minutes and I'm like, it's not night time yet, but and there's no stars out. I learned that recently, that you can't look at stars not when it's dark. But maybe at some point.
I would love that so much. I spend so much time on the inside of the ship, and I just have my very tiny window, and it's so true that it's difficult to see stars when it isn't dark, but it has been known to become dark on the ship, and so at such a time that it does, I would love to meet you to look at stars.
Do you know which time?
I suppose if we wait just long enough, it'll happen eventually.
Oh.
Lesbian pirates can't tell time. It's canon.
Oh my goodness.
Googles is happy about that too. Googles was asleep for all of that and is now awake.
Wonderful.
Oh my gosh. So who gets the point?
So I
we
rolled
both
it too.
do.
So
Mm.
Right? Yeah.
yeah.
So right now I am in the lead with 3. Neve with 2, Chelsea with 2, Gloria with 1.
Nice.
Yes. Any chance we could do a little break? I just need to get some water.
Sure. All right, everyone. We're going to be gone for 5 minutes. And I'm going to make sure that you can't hear us. So enjoy this. La 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 la. Right. So where do we leave off?
Crustacea and Mayberry.
Okay.
I think.
No, I think it was Girl Sweep.
I think.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Girl Sweep. Girl Sweep.
Now
yeah.
it's Crustacea's turn.
It was Neve in my mind, but I confused Neve. Yeah. Okay. Now it's Crustacea. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to. I rolled a 4. And I guess I will be just enjoying my soup full of sustenance and just kind of like cut my eyes at Girl Sweep because Google's is making eyes. And I'm kind of jealous that, you know, you have like this companion hanging around with you all day, whereas where I've tried having companions and going through the walls, it's not a good mix. So I just kind of twirl my spoon around. And so what's it like? What's it like?
What's what like?
How's the sun doing? Like, I don't see much of the sun and the stars these days because I tend to
Hold on.
be under.
Who's talking to who? I mean, Christina, are you talking to
who's talking to
Mayberry
who?
or
I'm talking to Girl Sweep.
Yeah.
Girl Sweep. Okay. I got confused.
I also got confused.
Sorry, there was a long pause, and I was like, "Uh-oh, did I mess up?" Okay.
Is someone talking to me?
I'm sorry, Christacia, for the confusion. I didn't know whether you were talking to me or Goggles. It's fine. The sun it is nice to look at it and can see based on the position it is what time it's supposed to be, supposedly.
Yeah, time kind of gets lost in me because I don't, I've been on this ship for so long and, so lonely, and, sometimes I do wish I could, be like you and sit out and watch the stars, but yeah, unfortunately I'm afraid to get dried out, and so it's just, I just sometimes when I do get the opportunity on the rainy days to kind of see you up there scared in the crow's nest, clinging on for life during the storms, sometimes I just want to go up there and, keep you company.
You see me up there?
On the rainy days.
Oh, those are the most terrifying.
That kind of sucks. Yeah.
Do you want to know a secret?
I'd love to know a secret.
You get damp when the sun is beaming down on you too. Well, at least I do. Because it gets
Sorry.
hot. And I get a little sweaty. I don't know if that happens to you. But I can relate a little bit to being damp in that way. And sometimes I wish on those hot days that I was kind of just as damp as you, because I think that it would get me through a little bit easier.
Yeah, being wet is always easy for me.
You make it look so effortless. Because you're part of the ship.
And also part of the crew.
And slowly becoming a part of my heart.
I mean, we probably have to end the game now, right?
But like not in that sort of way. Just in a...
My face hurts.
proximity, I appreciate you and the work you do sort of way.
Oh, thank you. I go where I'm needed. Always.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. All right, now it's Mayberry's turn.
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
I don't know how to follow that one up. No. Oh, okay. Girl sweep. Mayberry is trying to learn new things to impress you with, since you say her cooking is so good. And so she's made you a special little flag that she wants to hoist up for herself. And so she's trying to do so without asking you for help, although you could probably visually see that she was struggling. And she's got a little basket with a bunch of fabric in the basket, and she finally manages to figure out how to hoist up a piece of fabric, but then you recognize it as somebody's bloomers instead of the flag that she was going to surprise and show you. And now she's like frantically trying to pull them down. And the vulnerability is on me.
Dun dun dun.
Well, even though the vulnerability's on you, in Girl Sweep's head, she's thinking, what a novel way to try and dry clothes.
Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's my turn now.
Yes.
All right. So I get whatever I want here. Perfect. I got a 5.
Oh no.
Hearing this talk about everyone sort of getting together and meeting up on the deck, I assume we all are. Oh no, maybe not. Are we on the deck? No. Let's just say.
Sure. Yeah, let's say we all migrated to the deck.
Okay, and
Yeah,
then
for night pirate tasks or early evening dusk pirate tasks.
Yes.
okay, so I would say okay. Well, we can all navigate where we are, but okay. She walks up to Girl Sweep and she says, I was overhearing you were talking about dampness. Tell me, Have you ever shot someone out of a cannon? I feel like that would be the ultimate dampness test. As in, I will be in the water, submerged in the ocean.
No. I'm sorry, Elizabeth. You can just jump off the plank if you really wanted to, but I don't recommend that because the ship is currently moving, and I don't know if you know this, but if you jump off the ship and the ship moves, you may not be able to get back on the ship.
But what if we dropped the anchor just for a little bit? I know that when the circus would come to town, people would get shot out of cannons all the time, and we would get front row seats to that because I stole tickets. She doesn't want anyone to know that she's rich, and she's not doing a very good job of it.
Well, I don't know. She's missing a tooth asking to be shot out of a cannon. So
She just has no clue of what anything is. What if we just quickly dropped the anchor and I just took a quick dip?
I mean, I have no idea if we're moving tonight or not. Or if we have moved in the last 3 days, to be completely honest with you. If you wanted to drop the anchor without anyone knowing, I can cover for you while you go for a quick swim. To be honest, I have also been massaging the truth for the past 3 days about how close we are to the nearest island. So I would just have to continue that, I guess. But please don't shoot yourself out of a cannonball. A cannonball? A cannon. Don't turn into a cannonball is what I meant to say.
Oh, what is the truth? And she says that as she's dropping the anchor. She's like run over to start dropping the anchor and starts like tying her dress to be tighter against her skin. She thinks that's how it's gonna work. And she's like walking the plank as she asks you, well, what's the truth?
The truth is, Elizabeth, I spilled ink all over my nautical charts 3 days ago, and I guess I should have made copies by copying and tracing them because we don't have a photocopier on this ship. But I didn't. So we're currently going through a big dark ink spot that looks like an elephant, and that's all I know, really.
Well, I'm glad that we're traveling through this giant inky elephant together. And then she just jumps off and starts swimming in the ocean, and you hear her going, oh, because it's really cold. But she got what she wants, and she's going to start climbing up while it's someone else's turn. So I'm going to take the points this time, but you also get a vulnerability.
Okay.
No, you get 2, and I get 1.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right, that's Neve in the lead.
Oh. You need 1 point. Wow.
Yeah.
Is it Crustatia's turn now?
No, it's girl sweeps.
Or Girl Sweeps? Okay.
Girl sweep. No, sorry.
That's okay.
I rolled a 5.
Nice.
Nice.
Uh, I'm gonna bother Maybury again. And I'm just going to say, because I saw you with that really amazing way that you're trying to dry all of the ship washing, and I so appreciate you doing tasks on the ship and actually completing them and doing them successfully. I wondered if perhaps you could do me a really big favor. Would you be able to take care of Googles for a little while? I think he might want a little holiday from my shoulder, but also because I'm really stressed out for reasons I don't need to tell you.
You can tell me anything. I hope you know that.
Maybe one day. I have already told someone, but I don't think that they really understand how a ship works, even less than I do. And I think I'm gonna maybe just have some time to myself with my own thoughts and look up at the stars. And I know I invited you to look
But
up
I'm not
at the stars.
inviting you.
We can postpone it another night. But to be honest, it would mean so much more to me if you took care of my parrot.
Can you imagine going on a date with someone?
Yes.
And then inviting them to a second date, but instead of going on a second date, asking them to watch your kid?
Yes. Yes.
Instead of going on a date.
I'll be back at 10.
Except I don't know what time is.
Oh my gosh.
Well, things must be bad if you're trusting your precious goggles to me. I promise I will not make Goggles a stew for the ship.
Oh.
Let me know when you'd like him back.
I appreciate that. Cool.
And who gets the vulnerability? You can take one and I can take two, or you could give me just one.
I'll give you just one.
And the game continues.
It is.
Next is Crustacea.
Oh, okay. I rolled a 6.
Nice.
So let's see. Crustacea notices that Elizabeth has arrived back from her swim, and they kind of walk over and assess what had just kind of happened. And so how does it, so you're all wet now,
drenched.
Yeah, and would you like me, to get you something to dry off with?
Oh, a nice dressing gown if you have one.
I don't know what that is.
She's asking for a robe. A nice, big fluffy dressing gown if you have one.
Monogrammed.
Monogrammed. With the ship's initials on them.
The Shirley. There's and so Crustacea kind of like goes over to where Mayberry's like nicely folded some laundry. The fresh folded laundry, and they go through it, and they get they have like something nice and dry, like as opposed to like their like wet looking demeanor, and they make it over, and then like a rogue wave just kind of splashes all over them once again, and like it's like real wet and drenched, and it just kind of like drenches them both and like all like even more drenched and like all the right places, and including the nice piece of dry clothing.
I'm so sorry. Okay, sorry. Again, piece of dry clothing. You'll see what I just did by accident on screen. Never mind. Maybe not. Okay, sorry.
Yep.
Again.
A piece of dry clothing that Crustacea has so nicely picked out.
It's just what I wanted. And she puts it on.
Is it?
But now you look just like me. And I think she's going to do the same thing, but actually bring you like a little tea towel that just pushes water around and doesn't even absorb water. So she goes back in and just like puts it over your shoulder. It's not even big enough to cover a person. Thank you. It's quite lovely. Isn't it nice basking in the moonlight with your clothes absolutely dripping onto the floor? It's a bit freeing.
Yeah. I'm used to it.
Oh, this is my
Just
first
kind
time.
Crustacea just kind of like stands kind of close because like the warm moistness.
All right, who gets the point?
You get a point.
Okay. And the game continues. Oh wait, Weathers is doing the points. Oh, my cheeks hurt. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Then it's Mayberry's turn.
I rolled a 2.
Okay.
So
What?
yeah, exactly.
What we were saying was bad.
I know.
Gosh.
Damn smutty household.
Hey! I didn't even see that. I only saw what Andrew said. Nope. That was just Allie. Oh my gosh. Anyway, moving on.
Okay. So this is one that again doesn't go well for me. Mayberry will go to see what's going on between the two of you, Crustacea and Elizabeth, and notices that you are both quite moist. and brings you over some fresh towels. Because we have those on the ship. And somehow she's also carrying around the leftovers from dinner. Oh, she has this entire time for some reason in my mind. So she's also holding like this big pot of like a quarter left of soup. And a wave catches the ship again, and she stumbles and spills the soup all over the area, the two of you, and the clean towels in a fumbled attempt to provide care and comfort. And that means that I get the last vulnerability.
You've won?
But so I won, or
Yes!
I lost. I'm not sure.
So that means that the pillow fight technically is ended. So should I read the what happens next?
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's that everybody goes around and like wraps it up,
Okay.
and then I put the bow on it because I got the last vulnerability, or the
Okay.
first one.
Let me just also read for my own, for everyone, I guess everyone's benefit in the chat too. So the game ends the first time a character gains 6, which Weathers just did. Then they choose an option from the list below, and we got another table, Weathles. So you're gonna choose another thing that happens. And then after that's done, then we go around the table once more and end with the player who gained 6 vulnerability. So we'll start with me and then end with Weathles. And then if more than one player gains 6, no, that didn't happen. Every player states one thing that their character does or says sometime later on or the next day. And that's it. So first we're going to start with Weathles explaining one more thing that happens.
I really want to use this one.
Whatever one it is, I'm excited because I tried not to read the table at all.
Okay. So I say something and then everybody else goes around and says another thing, and then I say the last thing?
Yeah, so you say like you're basically creating the ending scene for like to tie this off, and then we all say something that happens the next, like a epilogue.
Okay. So okay, it seems like there's like maybe a small storm happening around the ship as like 2 big waves crashed over it. So I imagine that maybe some of the rooms aren't safe to sleep in, so we all have to sleep in the same room with 4 separate bunks for comfort, but we're all in the same space. And maybe it's like kind of a smallish room, and we're all just sort of settling in from what was kind of an eventful day.
It's really cute. So then okay, so it's my turn, right? So the way I'm going to end my scene is yes, we did have a wonderful time getting cozy together, but Elizabeth decides that she really wants to be shot out of a cannon. So she grabs a cannonball and some gunpowder and she lights it somehow during the 10 seconds that the storm isn't happening, and jumps into the chamber and gets shot through the sky. And she's like, the whole time. And
Right.
that is Elizabeth.
Okay, it was nice knowing you.
She's gonna come back. She's has to swim.
The anchor's down during the storm, it's fine.
Yeah, she'll get back.
For Girl Sweep, I think, and this is from the table, and it wasn't me, but I loved it. I am just so appreciative of what Crustacea and Maybury do, like a renewed appreciation with everything that's been going on. and I try to make like the cozy quarters that we're kind of stuck in because of the storm a bit better. So I have managed to procure from somewhere a broom to try and like sweep up the floor, but they both see me struggle to use the broom. Like I'm stabbing it on the ground, trying to make the floor cleaner. And I'm like, see, I'm making things nicer. And, you know, they're both, you know, lovely enough colleagues and flirties to have that they just kind of like let me get on with it because it doesn't really matter. And while I'm doing that, I was like, you know what I learned today? I learned that when it's stormy, there's clouds in the sky. And you can't see stars when there's clouds in the sky. I won't make that mistake again. It's so nice to just be with you both. And it'll be nice to be with Elizabeth when she gets back from being shot out of a cannon and swims back to the ship and continues stabbing the floor.
I imagine the bristles of the broom are like you know what a toothbrush
like a toothbrush you've used to clean like tiles or something.
There's just like little like coughs of dust around you as you're like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, now it's Crustacea's turn.
Yeah. Crustacea's rolled a nice big barrel of grog into their cozy little resting place for the night and has made some like comfy little, what are they? Flagons
Yeah.
full of grog.
Flagon.
Flagon. And so after she's sure like everyone's got their respective flagon, they take like they don't like sit in like a hand. They just sit on the floor with like their flagon, and they just kind of sink back into the walls. But they're just still there. They're still partially there. It's just their body is just comfortably settled within the ship, and their like hands like just comfortably. They're just content in being with the ship and their crew.
I love that. And last but not least, we've got Mayberry.
hey. Since I get the distinct honor of winning the game, I'm going to take this way out there. So after making the room cozy and filling our bellies with grog, we all settle into our respective spaces to sleep. And we hear a wet slapping, squelching approach the room when Elizabeth returns, waterlogged but safe. But what Elizabeth doesn't know is nestled in her hair is a green algae that followed her on her little ocean adventure. And once everyone falls asleep, the room is illuminated in a like vibrant green glow from this algae. And
Yeah.
a jellyfish visitor comes to our dreams and teaches us how to become boneless. And we become one with the ocean. The ship, entirely soggy at this point, just dissolves into the sea along with the four of us. And when we next arrive to consciousness, we are a sea creature of each other's choosing.
That's amazing. I wrote that prompt and I didn't think anyone would use it. I was like, me and Neve were like, didn't even know we were in the dock yesterday. And I was just like writing stuff. And that was like a 1 a.m. thought. But oh my gosh, thank you everyone. That was so much fun. That was us playing Sapphic Slumber Party on the high seas. And oh my gosh, my face hurts so much. I think I'm gonna get a headache from smiling so big because I don't smile.
I have one last question.
Yeah.
Which is, Weathers just said sea creature of our choosing. So what is the sea creature that all of us are going to be?
Oh, I want to
I
be.
mean, I know.
Oh, what do you want to be?
Octopus.
Oh, scary, but also
A
cool.
cute one.
I think I want to be. What are the ones that boop the noses on the glass? Can I be a manatee or a narwhal? I'll be a narwhal.
Okay.
I'll
Either
be a
of you.
sea slug.
Aw.
They're like pretty vibrant
They're
colors.
very
And they're
cute.
flapping on the floor. It's cute.
They do be going flopping on the floor. I think my favorite like sea creature is probably a blue whale, but I don't know if I want to be that big. I'll be a mantis shrimp. They're colorful.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
that's cute. I think also when you said algae was I thought you were gonna
Yeah,
say
I was
like algae came in, like as in Chelsea's character algae from the last time.
Well, it was kind
A
of a
reference.
callback.
Yeah,
I was thinking
yeah.
about her. Yeah.
I loved that. I was like, and then she manifested. The bioluminescence is really nice though. It's so pretty.
Yeah.
Right, does everyone want to share where people can find you before we head off? If you want to share that information. What, Weathers or... Yeah, I said Weathers first, so share where people can or can't find you.
You mostly can't, but if you're interested in finding me, you can find me in Gloria's Discord.
Which no one's
or
in.
you-
Well, which
Yeah.
no one is being let into now.
Right. So if you're not there already, then you can message me on Twitch.
Yeah.
Or don't mind me.
Don't look for her. Sloth.
Yeah, so I'm a mod on Gloria's channel, and I also stream occasionally on Twitch as well, and also I do videos on YouTube as well, gameplay videos.
Nice. Neve.
Yeah, so if you know, you kind of already know. At the moment, the only thing that I think that I'm active and public on is currently Blue Sky, actually.
Oh.
Which is Deep Space Neve.
Nice. And I'm Gloria. I'm Glow Pinks on everything except YouTube. YouTube is Charm Party. Hooray! That's it. That's it for me. But thank you, everyone. Would you like to stay on the call so that I can say goodbye to you all properly? All right, while on the stream. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for watching us play this game. It got so damp, and it was the funniest thing. And yeah, thank you all so much for hanging out with us. We will see you next time. And I'm gonna go have late night pizza. Okay. Bye, everyone. Bye.
Bye.